What's up, sugaring community? This is Fast Freddy. And today on this video, I'm actually starting this channel and I'm going to talk about how to become a sugar daddy, specifically how to become a successful sugar daddy. I think I've been doing this actually for a couple years, and it seems like, even though it might seem like it's easy, that if you have a lot of money, you'll just be able to basically get a bunch of beautiful girls to hang out with you. And I don't believe that's the case. I've talked to a lot of girls. I've been doing this for a long time. And the girls that have talked to me have said that they've had some major headaches and nightmares with some sugar daddies. So it leads me to think that some of you are out there fucking all this up. And I've put in my dues. I've been doing this for a while. In the beginning I was fucking up too, but now I've had a lot of arrangements and experiences with some beautiful women. Some have fallen in love with me, and I'm fortunate enough to have an abundance of sugar babies. Have no problem getting them. So I wanted to talk about how I'm successful at it. So the first couple things are, who am I? Why did I start doing this? What is sugar dating? What are the benefits, etc.? So the first thing is, I'm a young guy. I'm 38. I'm relatively handsome. I've been told that a lot. I can talk to girls. Why did I choose sugaring? So I actually got married at an early age. I never got to date. And so that led me to have a lot of confidence issues, kind of swag issues, because I had only been with one woman. At that time, I got married actually when I was 19, and I didn't get a chance to kind of play the field and sow my oats. So I went through a lot of issues in my marriage, a lot of self-esteem issues, and I did end up cheating on my wife. I love my wife very much. It wasn't her fault. It's very complicated. But we ended up, after like 10 years of marriage, coming to the conclusion that it was best for me to open the marriage, and basically date outside the marriage. We loved each other. I was a good husband. We didn't want to throw away what we had. So I decided to go out and venture out into polyamory or polygyny or whatever you want to call it. So obviously being married, and I respect women. I don't want to actually mislead anyone, so I was out there actually telling people that I was married. And you can imagine, all the dating sites, no one wants to be with a dude that's married. Not to mention I had no swag, no confidence. I couldn't really pick up girls. So what was I gonna do? And I found, obviously, sugar dating, becoming a sugar daddy and having sugar babies. And I found, obviously, that when money is involved, girls are a lot more likely to listen and be open-minded. And so it worked for me. So what is sugar dating? Is it prostitution? Legally, it is not prostitution. You're not here, and a lot of sugar dating sites will tell you that it's not prostitution. You're not here paying girls for sex. You're discussing an arrangement, basically, that they will give you a relationship. It may involve sex, it may not involve sex. They may be getting other things out of the relationship. You may be getting other things out of the relationship. And basically you've agreed to help them in however way. Most of the time, obviously, it has to do with money. And most of the time the relationships are not platonic, which means they involve sex. Honestly, to me, for people who call sugaring prostitution, and I got nothing against prostitution, oldest profession, oldest profession in time, but I think it's looked down upon. But sugaring is not exactly prostitution. There are prostitutes that sugar, but sugaring is not prostitution. Basically, honestly, it's like any other relationship. All relationships have exchanges. I was married, and I am married for 20 years. My wife did not work. I paid for everything. I expected sex. I expected to be served. She expected to have her shit paid for. there was an exchange. Did we call it sugaring? No, because it was traditionally a marriage, but it's sugaring is very similar to that, except everything's out on the table. Sure, you can fall in love and things like that, but it's very, to me, the reason why I respect sugaring is it's honest. Everyone's honest about their needs up front. Everyone gets what they need if you're a person of integrity and you're serious about this. Is sugaring beta? I've been listening to a lot of alpha male tips and strategies. Is sugaring beta? Mostly yes. You can, and I'll have a video on that. No one really respects paying for girls' attention. I agree. You don't necessarily have swag. It's not really respected, but it is a way to get beautiful women to be hanging out with you, even be in a relationship with you. So if that's your main goal, then you shouldn't have a problem with being called beta or a simp. But that's a complicated kind of question, and we can get into that. But yes, there's a specific function here, and you have to be comfortable with that. The girls have to go out there and be a little bit, deal with the stigma of I'm out there sugaring, giving whatever attention and my body for money. You got to be cool with being like, you know what, I don't have these skills or whatever to pull this and that girl, so I'm going to kind of cut to the chase and skip out steps and kind of do the, pay or take care of a girl for that. So just accept it. Cool. So how to be a successful sugar daddy. And I've broken this down into, let's see, 5 steps. So step 1, obviously you need to fucking make some money. Do you have to be rich to be a sugar daddy? No, actually you don't. All you're doing here is basically offering a girl to take care of them, again, just like getting married, and in some cases even like having a girlfriend, except this time instead of paying for dates, instead of paying rent and stuff, you're just straight up direct gonna give cash or even help them with their bills or whatever. So you don't necessarily need to be rich. There are gold diggers on the site, on these sites. There are even hookers on the sites, but not everyone is like that. And I'd argue that the vast majority of girls are not like that. They just need help. They're in tough times, or they're maybe college girls looking for help. So you do obviously need to make money, but you don't have to be rich. How much money do you need to make? It does depend obviously on the sugar baby. Some of the high-end sugar babies, or the girls that are used to getting money, a lot of them are dancers, some of them are sex workers. They're used to getting a lot of money. So it really depends. My feeling on the average is, at this point, and it's 2020, middle of 2020, girls generally go what's called PPM, which is pay per meet. Generally it comes out to be $300 to $500 per meeting. And again, in your meeting you can do whatever you want. You don't have to have sex. You can hang out, or you can hang out and have sex. It depends on what you guys agree to, but that's not generally, obviously, officially it's not part of the payment, because then that would be considered prostitution. But yeah, so you're gonna go, let's say, $300 to $500 per meeting. Some girls are okay with an allowance, like a monthly allowance, weekly allowance, things like that. If you're going to have sex and you don't have your own place, or you're going to hang out and you don't have your own place, you're going to need to rent a room. So keep in mind that's about $100 or $50 to $100 per Airbnb room or hotel room. And so you're looking at about $1,600 to $2,000 per month if you want to have a consistent sugar baby. Now, you may be meeting with sugar babies that do short term, but again, now you're looking closer to prostitution. Sometimes that works, sometimes you're not looking for anything long term. Some sugar babies are cool with that. Then you don't have to plan monthly. I personally like to have a consistent sugar baby. Hopefully it's just me and her. Or a handful of sugar babies. Maybe she might have a handful of sugar daddies. So that way you do have to have sort of a monthly budget for it.